And welcome back. You're watching Wisconsin Family. We're at University Coin and Jewelry. It's on University Avenue. Later on, when we meet with the owner, Jason, he's going to tell us about the holiday extravaganza, where he's got giveaways for a full month. Can't wait to hear about that because there is so much cool stuff in this store. Speaking of financial wealth and such things, we have Dara Biederman with us right now. She's with RMR Wealth Advisors. We know that finances are important. The tough part is often getting started, and that's our topic today. Thanks for coming on to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Great to see you. So, lots of financial advisors out there. Maybe we start thinking about going to visit one. What should we be thinking about before we actually make that appointment?
Well, the first thing I'd say is that anyone can call themselves a financial advisor. So there's no standard to call yourself that. So the first thing I would say is do a little bit of preliminary research on, if you go online and you Google financial advisor, lots of people are going to come up with different backgrounds, experience, education, and letters after their name. So you might want to just familiarize yourself a little bit with what those mean. So for example, a CFP, Certified Financial Planner. If you go to see someone like that, you know that they've had years of experience working with clients. They had to pass a very rigorous exam, and they have a very high standard of ethics that they have to adhere to. So I would say before you pick up the phone or send an email, at least get familiar with what all those letters are and figure out which one is somebody you want to meet with.
We should be taking notes.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
it's, luckily we can watch the reruns, or check it out on our YouTube page. So as far as there's a lot of different folks that have different qualifications,
Right.
I'm sure that goes the same for the firms that they work for
That's
as
right.
well. So could you give me an idea of what the different kinds of firms are in the fee structures?
Yeah, so generally these days you're going to find 3 different categories, and it's based really on how people earn their income. So there's commission-based, there's fee-based, and fee-only. So real quickly, commission-based is what you think of as a typical stockbroker, right? So you call them, you decide to buy an investment, they get a commission off of that sale. And they also often get commissions off of opening new accounts. So you want to keep that in mind because sometimes there may be a conflict if they're paid for selling things.
They're going to steer you towards certain things.
Maybe. Then there's fee-only advisors. That's the type of firm we are. The only income we earn is a fee for the services we provide. So you pay us, and everything we do is included in that fee. We have a legal fiduciary duty to always act in the best interests of our clients. So if we violate that, we could be criminally liable. So it's a very high standard of ethics. We're regulated with the SEC, so that keeps the conflicts down. And then there's a third category, fee-based, and that's where a lot of the industry is moving from commission-based. So that's sort of a hybrid. So advisors there are going to get paid a service paid a fee for the services they provide, but they're also going to earn some commissions off of certain investments or insurance policies that they sell you. So that's probably one of the first questions you want to ask when you meet with somebody. How do you get paid?
Oh,
Sure.
interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and then how would you start the process if someone doesn't have a financial planner? Like, how would you start that process?
Yeah, so the first thing I think about are what do I need, right? So we just talked about the different advisors. If you're someone that's really financially savvy and you want to open your own account, do your own thing, but you want some advice or bounce ideas off someone like, I have some money to invest, what do you think I should buy? You might want to just go to a commission-based person, right? Because there's long-term planning, all the other things that advisors can do, you don't really need that. If you're someone that wants a long-term relationship with an advisor, you want them to be there to help you meet your goals, college savings, invest your assets, monitor your assets, all those things, you'll probably want to go fee only because you pay one fee and that's all included. Keep in mind, this is someone you're probably going to know for a really long time, so you really want to find somebody that is a good fit, that you feel comfortable with. And oftentimes asking your friends or family who they work with is a good place to start because if they trust them and like them, you might too, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Good
okay.
point.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we make that step, we make that call, and we make the appointment. We're in the appointment. What are some of the good questions to ask during that appointment?
Right, so hopefully by the time you've got to this point, you know their education, their background, their fee structure. You might want to ask them a little bit about expectations. So if I work with you, how often can I expect to hear from you? How many meetings will we have? What sorts of things will you send me in the mail? If that fiduciary duty is important to you, you'll want to ask about that. Do you have a duty to act in my best interest at all times? And if you don't, what are some conflicts that may be present here? You might want to just ask, again, this is somebody that's going to know your whole life. So you might want to get to know them on a personal level. Why did you want to be an advisor? What got you into this field? And that'll tell you about their values and why they're doing this job. So those are the first things I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That was going to be one of my questions, what you should expect from an advisor on an ongoing basis. Because if it's a relationship, communication is one of the foundations of the relationship.
So
right?
I know if any client calls our firm, and that's another thing, you'll want to know how many clients do you have? And is your primary focus on meeting with clients, or is it going out trying to get new ones? So if somebody calls my office, no matter who picks up the phone, we know who they are and we know their kids and all of that. So if that's important to you, you'll want to ask, how many clients do you have?
Yeah,
We
for
need to
sure.
bring Dara back because
Right.
we have some great tips, great
Yes,
advice,
thank you.
and we have many more questions. We'll have to have you back.
Oh, okay. I'd be happy to.
Dara Biederman, she's an investment advisor and Chief Compliance Officer with RMR Wealth Advisors. And we're Wisconsin Family. We'll be right back.